Path Media. I was a minimum wage movie theater usher that made good and became a top earner in my network marketing company. Now, after 16 plus years in the profession, I'm finally teaching myself how to leverage the internet with online marketing and social media marketing to continue to grow and expand my business. My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about your online presence and what that means to your business. It can either, well, for your marketing anyways, it can either make or break your marketing. And I really want you to be very, very aware. Grow your awareness around your presence online. Before we get into that, I want to remind you, if you're not already part of our Facebook community, come join us on Facebook, facebook.com/group/path of the network marketer. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the show, hit that plus sign at the top of the app because this is a daily show. There's a new episode every day. And so because of that, it's largely very conversational and each episode kind of builds and continues on the topic from the previous, right? So it's an ongoing thing as opposed to, okay, this is today's topic, this is tomorrow's topic. Again, because it's a daily thing, it ends up being more of a through line in a conversation. So it makes more sense, especially if you're following it every day. So hit that follow or that plus sign at the top of the app so you don't miss anything. And then beyond that, if you are a part of our community or if you once you join our Facebook community, there is a group of us that are doing Facebook Lives every day for 45 days. We're about a day or two in, depending on when this episode releases. But we're doing a grand experiment, right? To see if going live every day for 45 days will grow our audience, right? And so, yeah, a bunch of us from the community are doing that. If you want to follow, check it out. I am facebook.com/RonnieCruz11 on Facebook. Again, you'll be able to find me if you join the community. But it's just, it's one of those things that I believe, I still think it's a viable way to grow your audience on Facebook. Not many people are willing to do it. But again, we'll see what happens at the end of 45 days. I am tracking the progress and seeing where it goes. And you can too as well. And also on top of that, it'll allow you to really get accustomed to being on video and being on live, right? That's one of the I think one of the skills that is essential to anybody that's creating an online presence. And so that's where we're going with this conversation today. I am really excited and happy to see more and more entrepreneurs, business owners, teachers, thought leaders, even freelance individuals, artists, and I've seen realtors take their businesses and grow their presence online. It's really awesome. However, we gotta again really be mindful of the kind of footprint that we're leaving, because if you're not really intentional, if you're not thinking things through, and if you're not making changes to improve your online content, then you could be hurting your marketing more than serving it, right? And I say this with love as much as I can, because I see some very as the kids say, kind of cringy type of things. And I get it. Like a lot of it is through lack of experience. Being on video, let alone, being on live, being on video, let alone on live, is something that most people are not accustomed to. I've been doing video and lives for ages. I can't even count how many years, at least over a decade. Definitely video, 15 years, right? So I have a level of comfort and confidence and proficiency in doing that. So I understand, why there can be a little bit of, that they need a little work, right? And so that's what this video is for. If you're new to doing video, and I encourage video 100%, because that's where everything is, right? If you're not doing video, then I would really consider doing video, or podcast of course is a different conversation. But when it comes to the social feeds, video is where it's at. You can't avoid it. YouTube obviously is a video platform. Instagram has become largely a video platform. Facebook loves video. Of course, TikTok was always a video platform. So the big ones all require video. And so if you're not doing video, get comfortable with doing video. Now, we start the conversation off, especially for my generation, who are used to Well, our notion of marketing, and I've talked about this in the past, is advertising. And so advertising, as we understood it, is broadcast advertising, right? Whether it's TV, advertising on, broadcast through print media, right? Or radio broadcast, of course, and then, billboards, things like that. That's all broadcast. And so, putting your products, services, features, and benefits out there, and broadcasting it. And that's how a lot of people first approach social media and the internet when it comes to marketing their products and services, their businesses. Largely ineffective, very, very low conversion rates. Message me if you have different results, but the internet is all about creating a presence and engaging an audience, right? Because if you don't have an audience, what's the point? You're going to be broadcasting your stuff on the social platforms, and I get it. Again, the idea is, the thought is that, okay, there's so many people on the social platforms, I'll just broadcast, my products, my goods, my services, features and benefits, whatever, my course, my program, my book, and people will buy it. No, it's not how it works, because if people don't know you, number one, and they don't know what value you're providing, and you're completely unengaging, they're just going to scroll right by you, right? So you have to offer something in advance. Right. You gotta invest first in creating value and publishing content that engages an audience. Because if you don't, again, they have no reason to purchase from you in the first place. They'll see, they'll read your benefits and features all day long, and they might be great. Your course might be amazing, but if you're not engaging, and if you have not provided value for them, then they're just going to scroll by. They're just going to scroll by. The internet, especially social media, is all about free information, free entertainment. And if you come out of the gate selling something, people are going to scroll right by it, right? So yeah, be willing to be engaging. Work on your presence. Work on your delivery. I know it seems really. What's the word I'm looking for? Superficial, but it's not, right? Like, you have to have a certain presence online, especially with video. You can't, and I'm not talking about how you look. I'm not talking about how you sound, necessarily how you talk. I stutter all the time. I mean, I'm a podcaster, for crying out loud, and I still stutter, right? It's more of like that intangible that you bring to the table. Again, you want to have a certain magnetism, and again, it's not superficial. It's not your looks or anything like that, because that's all very subjective. But again, it's that attractiveness with your character, with your personality, along with the value that you're bringing, that will engage people and grow your audience. And then once your audience is grown, once you start getting traction, then you can start selling people whatever it is that you're selling. You can't do it before that. Because if you get online, if you get on the social feeds and you start broadcasting and selling, it's cart before the horse, right? With internet, it's cart before the horse. Unless you're taking out ads on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever it might be, that's a different conversation. I'm talking about content creation and publishing content to get the word out there for your business. You gotta create a presence that engages and that provides value before you sell a single thing, right? So that's the message for today. Really be mindful of the presence that you're creating. I guess here's the litmus test. Imagine that you're just an outside viewer, you're a stranger, you've never heard of you've never heard of your company or your products, and you come across that piece of content that you just published. As a stranger, would you yourself purchase from that individual that you're seeing in that video? And that's rhetorical. You got to have an honest conversation with yourself and with your content. So if the answer is no, then I got some tips for that can help you with that, right? Come to the community, facebook.com/groups/path of the network marketer, and we can connect, and I can help you out with that. And the guide's coming out. Still working on the guide. I know. I've talked about the guide for so long, but there's a lot. There's a lot in that guide. And so not only is there a lot that I have to kind of flesh out, I then have to trim it. I'll see. We'll see. I like giving away free value, so why not? We'll see. But there's a lot of content in the guide. It's a much bigger beast than I thought it was, and so I'm having to really wrangle it. But it's exciting, though. It's exciting for you guys, because it's going to be some good stuff that you can really use to build your online marketing and online presence, right? Anyways. that's neither here nor there. That's coming very, very soon. Stay tuned. Join us in our Facebook community. So much more content there. I do lives in the Facebook community. Very, very exclusive, high-level stuff in the community itself, 2 to 3 times a week, right? And that's outside of the lives that I do every day on my own personal profile. So it's much better than my personal profile. Trust me. So come join us on the community. Facebook.com/group/Path of Network Marketer. Beyond that, more from me tomorrow. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.